target practice.
Shiné is looking to finish this one quickly, isn't he? But Samart stands there, open hands. He's got that big overhand of his own.
Shiné is so quick with his flurries and those body shots.
And he gets out of distance quickly as well. So if Samart is going to send that kicking, he's got to reset quickly to avoid the counter. But these two are throwing heavy. A little bit wild, perhaps. But that really opens things up for the counter punch. And Samart landed on the button there. Good, fast left hand from Shiné. Zolцэцэг.
I like how Shiné's using that leg kick.
Wow.
He's setting up that beautiful leg kick, and he's skipping in with those punches.
Well, these fellas are going at it.
These guys are incredible.
Did you see that elbow forearm from Samart there as Shiné came in? It's almost too quick to catch the action.
You'll notice who's reacting to who, though. You'll notice that Samart is really reacting to anything that Shiné does. Any kind of a feint, any kind of a shoulder motion. Samart is reacting in a defensive way, which could lead to Shiné getting the better of those exchanges, because anytime you can get someone to react to what you want really means that you're in control. And now Shiné gets a really nice takedown there, sort of an inside trip double leg.
Yeah, worked it well with his left leg there.
Chan Samart's got to stay tight. He cannot allow Shiné to start posturing up. He loves the ground and pound.
He's doing it with his head
aggressive
there, Mitch, just driving his head into the chin of his opponent there, controlling the head and therefore controlling just about everything else.
Now he's got one hand kind of pinned down. You can see control the head.
Digging those punches into the body. Amazingly, 3 minutes has gone already. It's been quite absorbing, this one.
Really, Samart doesn't have anywhere to go because you see that his head is pinned against that ring pad there.
He's not going anywhere from there, is he?
He can't scoot away. He can't stand up.
His head really is pinned in that corner, isn't it?
Very precarious position to be in.
Duck underneath the turnbuckle.
Yeah, it's hard to see.
Well, he can't get punched in the face then, I guess, huh?
That's true, yeah, although he's got out of it now. But he really digs those punches into the body, Shiné.
Body, head, body.
Yeah, not just little taps, are they? They're digging in deep to the side of the torso. Outside of the ring, the connection from elbow to head was made there, so that's good enough reason, certainly, for Ian Cartwright to reposition them into the center and somewhat disheveled hair.
Go! Go!
Again, digging those punches. They are big punches to the side of the body, and they will take a lot out of you, Misha, won't they?
That's what happens when you get somebody who really kind of shovels those punches in. It disrupts the breathing because you can't relax. If you relax your abdominal area and one of those punches gets through and you're not flexed and prepared for it, I mean, it can really hurt. It can break ribs. It can, hurt your organs on the inside. It just take the breath right out of you. And one of those could be fight ending. So you kind of have to stay flexed the entire time, which makes it really difficult to breathe.
And it's the little things that Shiné does. That we talked about that head driving into his opponent's chin. He's also got the open hand on the face, just pinning that head down, controlling his entire movement. Final 10 seconds of this opening round, and he sends in a 1, 2, 3 of those big hard punches to the body. You can see how red the side of that torso is. Couple of forearms to the head just before the bell signals the end of the opening round. I enjoyed that, Mitch.
Yeah, Shiné, that was the Shiné show right there. Just getting on top, go with that low kick, really attacking the legs there. That's what I was talking about. He skips in. He was throwing that the right leg kick, and then he faked it with the Superman punch. He lifted up his leg and skipped in with that jab. Then showing he has pretty much all the tools of a mixed martial artist. Sweeps that leg out from under him. Takes that left leg out, puts him right back down on his back, and that's what we saw pretty much the rest of the round, was just that ground and pound.
Hello to Emmanuel watching from Ghana, Sok from Cambodia, Nura from Bali. Mixed martial arts fans from around the world. Steve Dawson, Mitch Chilson, and Misha Tate at ringside here in Singapore, Rich Franklin's One Warrior Series. Stay with us, won't you? Couple of bounce after this one, but no reason to look too far ahead. This one's providing plenty of entertainment. Second round. Shine from Mongolia, Chan Samart from Cambodia.
I see Samart be a little bit more aggressive in this round, not allowing Shine to kind of dictate all the exchanges. He's kind of just counter-punching off of Shine. I'd like to see Samart go first.
I think you're exactly right in that, Mitch. I think he needs to assert his dominance this round because last round, as you said, was the Shine show. So if you want to come back and you want to get in somebody's head, you want to make a statement that, hey, I am here and you're not just going to walk through me. You've got to push the pace coming out in this round.
There's that element of the showman, isn't there, about Shine? Do you like to see that in an athlete, Misha, or you just like to see people get down to business?
Well, I certainly think that Shine is getting down to business. He just has a very flashy and captivating style, so I can't say that I'm not a fan. I'm completely captivated in this bout. I think this is very interesting, the dynamic as these two evaluate how to get the better of each other in the striking department is really fascinating to me.
Hair starts to become an issue, brushing it aside.
Samart's doing some good work with the legs. And he's landed a few leg kicks here. I like to keep seeing him go back to that. Oh, elbows off the catch.
To the top of the head, and it's furious action in there close by. Minute and a half gone in the second round, leading with the left hand there, Shine, and sends in 4 punches in and around the head. The guard was up. That was a super couple of straight left hands that rocked Samart's head backwards.
Shine's got to do something about the hair.
And the right hand dropped Samart superbly there. You're right, the hair is a bit of a problem, and you wonder if Samart shouldn't perhaps just jump in and take advantage of those hands being busied.
Shine is forced to pull the hair out of his hand at every single opposite. So as soon as they break, Shine is taking the hair out of his face. Nice double leg takedown.
Shine too, wasn't it?
Doesn't have to worry about the hair so much here on the ground.
That's going to wind you going down that heavily.
One of my favorite takedowns at that kind of double leg back heel trip.
Stop.
Saves a lot of work in having to lift somebody when you can just kind of trip their leg out of the way.
Back on your ground. Half guard, half guard.
So Samart gets repositioned.
Half guard.
Shine is instructed to take half guard.
Go!
Samart's been spending a lot of time working on his ground game out there in Cambodia. But he's allowing Shine to kind of flatten him out here. Rather than hold that head, he's got to take that left arm, get that underhook, move out to his side.
There's so much to think about on the ground, and when you're in a high-pressure situation, if it's not where you're instinctively comfortable, sometimes you find closed guard,
Work to finish.
Closed defensive, wrapping everything up, and you see that from Samart here. I'm hoping that he'll open up and maybe find a way back to his feet. This fight is really great when it gets in that standing position.
Samart's explosive too. You think he could try to create a little bit more of a scramble, but he's just kind of holding Shine. He's waiting for that stand-up that might not come. He's got to do a little bit more. Now he's got a little bit of space. Possible armbar?
No. Possible triangle if he can pull him down.
There it is.
Oh, yes, this could be an armbar. It's going by transitioning.
Down there's the triangle. It's locked in.
It's almost locked. Almost. He's got it there. See those feet? Oh, there.
Almost.
He should have been able to get that locked in there, but he missed that window. Big slam
Picks
from
him
Shine.
up. Now you're not allowed to slam on the head, neck, or spine, so he's got to be careful there.
Seemed like it was just about the full back that went down.
1 minute. Watch the back of the head.
Working hard from the top there, body and head. That deep-rooted punch to the side of the body, hammer blows to the head. There's that punch to the body again, reddening the side. Left side of Samart, and they'll be repositioned again. Well inside the last minute of the second round.
Samart did not want to go back down. He's like, why can't we just start on the feet again?
Both hands now for the ground and pound.
That's what I'd like to see more from Shine. Create a little bit of space and start dropping that ground and pound. There's not a whole lot Samart can do.
But he has a tendency just to dig that head in under the chin, doesn't he? It's his own choice not to create that space a lot of the time.
But he likes this work. He likes to go body, head. You can see him kind of just working that ground and pound. rather than posturing up and flurrying on him.
But you see, Mitch, as you pointed out, when he did create that little bit of space that one time, he had so much more power. See how overwhelming that is.
Yeah.
There it was again in the dying moments of that second round. We've got a live one here. We can take a look at exchanges from both athletes here, Misha.
So Samar throwing a kick and Shime catching it and attempting to do a sweep here. He didn't get it, and then I remember he follows up with some great punches right over the top here. Yeah, looking to land those overhands. That's what you do if you don't get the takedown off of that.
There was the attempt at the triangle, but he's getting picked up.
Some muscle right here as Shime slams Samar. That's a bit dangerous. If Samar would have turned those hips over right there, you could have saw the armbar, but luckily, you're getting to see another round of this bout.
Shine boxed in the Rio Olympics.
Seconds out. Blue corner
And you
out.
can see he's very comfortable standing up and letting those arms attempt to fillet his opponent.
Back, back, back.
Filet.
I just came up with that
Ready.
like that.
Ready. Go.
See if he can exhibit some more of that for us. 5 minutes left then, third round.
I love how Shime marches out. I mean, look how far he is out already across the ring. And he really wants to establish that he's a force to be dealt with.
Samart just throwing a single punch there was very hopeful. And it's ponderous by comparison, isn't it? Because Shine's work with the hands is so much quicker. He's just taking it. Oh, left him with the left hand there. It was something of a counter. Dropped his opponent. And what? Is that your parkour move that you once referenced, Mitch?
Beautiful Superman punch into a cartwheel guard pass. That was absolutely beautiful.
That was some superhero stuff right there. For sure. That was a Superman jab, which you don't see very often.
Wasn't it? Yeah.
Yes, because the lead hand typically isn't as powerful, but when you can throw your body behind it like that, essentially you turn it into a power punch. As you saw, that dropped Samar. And that cartwheel guard pass, he didn't give Samar any time to stop and think or get his bearings about what was going on.
We see now what we didn't see in the Rio Olympics.
Stop.
You know that one is making it to the highlight reel. That was beautiful.
This looks like maybe a fingers to the eye
It
here.
may well be a finger to the eye. Apologies from Samar. Clearly, he's gesturing that that's accidental.
Okay.
No reason to believe otherwise.
Watch. No headbutt, okay?
Oh, the headbutt. That's what it was.
Oh, okay. So
We're going to look for a replay here. I'd like to see that because I definitely missed that. Must have been a...
with it being an illegal blow, if it's caused some damage or some discomfort, then there's no question Shine has the time, the 5 minutes to recover and adjust his hair in the process.
But you can see the kind of the reaction of Samart. He kind of knew that it was, that was...
Is that intentional?
I don't know. I think it was kind of reactionary. I think he was just trying to...
trying to move.
Yeah, I don't think he was trying to deliver a headbutt,
Go.
He did get a yellow card, we're being told.
He will take 10% of his purse for that foul.
In the heat of the moment, sometimes you feel like you might just do anything. Desperate times, call for desperate measures. Good work from Ian Cartwright.
Smartchan, that's been his best weapon. It's been those leg kicks. He's been able to do he's landing successfully.
Right and left really got hold of those punches, and now Samart's in big trouble. He comes back with a right hand that didn't land, but he took 6 or 7. He'll go for the takedown.
The chin on Samart is something special. Must got a head full of concrete because those are some major shots landed by Shine.
He's been hit with everything but the kitchen sink in this.
And you figured it might be worth just continuing to stand and trade, but as you say, Samart's chin was just standing up to everything, so why not just take him down instead?
Well, and I still think that Samart is a live wire on the top. I mean, that one hook here and there that he does throw, it's very powerful, and it certainly could be a bout-ending blow if Same is not careful. Excuse me, Shime.
2 minutes, 20 seconds of the final round.
Stop. Reset.
Yet another reset.
Down, down, down.
Man, I want to see these guys on the feet again.
Down, down.
Come on, Smart, get back up. I want to see some more exchanges.
He just doesn't like that, does he?
He was with you. He said, let's stand up. Why do I have to go back down here? That is fun.
And again, that body punch being dug in by Shiné. Puts extra effort in to try and get it over those legs. Oh, elbow was swiping. Looked like it did connect, and he'll go back to those digging punches to the body.
She's putting a lot of time on his groundwork. He's really trying to evolve himself into more than just a striker, and we're seeing that here. His ability to take down Samart, utilize that ground and pound. His top control is very dominant.
Samart just let out an earthy roar with his back on the canvas. Like, I've got to do something about this, and I've got to do it now because there's 80 seconds left. Now that's going to be reset, I suspect. There's a rope between them, both heads outside of the ring.
In position.
And you watch Samart be a little bit reluctant to get back down.
Down. Guard.
Can you blame him?
Really. Final minute, Misha. Unless there's something dramatic, it's got to go, hasn't it, to the Mongolian?
Yes, absolutely. I think this has been the Shiné show, mostly the entire bout. And though he's been effective with this sort of head-in grinding style, ground and pound, I still have really enjoyed when he's created space and dropped some of those bigger punches. I would like to see him finish with that type of a ground and pound as opposed to this kind of stuffed.
That's how you make an impression. That's how you make a name for yourself, is by doing a little bit more. We've already seen the top control from Shiné in rounds 1 and 2, but now he's really got to turn it up a little bit.
And that's what these two and everyone here is trying to do, make a name for themselves, Mitch. It's all about catching the eye of Rich Frankling and getting the big deal, getting him to sign on the dotted line and get you into the big show. To join One Championships, 550 athletes fight, compete in front of the world on the biggest stage. And it looks to me as if from these two, it's going to be Shiné who has the biggest hope. Let's take a look at some of the action, and it was spectacular stuff, eye-catching stuff, wasn't it, Misha?
This was a great round. I really enjoyed this. Here we see that leaping jab, sort of a combination between jumping in and a Superman jab punch. And then we see Shiné doesn't give any time for Samart to realize even what's going on. It's a whirlwind here as he cartwheels over the top of him. Here we get to see it again, leaping in. That's the whole body behind it. I am so surprised that Samart was still able to be in this contest, because that was a punch that had everything on it. Then there's the cartwheel over the top.
He had to time that cartwheel perfectly to get between the legs.
Right, what a crazy scramble.
Excellent exhibition. Wonderful from these two.
Highly entertaining.
Yeah.